I would say that nowadays, happily for Iberia, the best strategy is supported on demand. So happily for either Spain and Portugal, there is demand on individuals and there is demand on companies. So from one side, due to the war in Ukraine and so a crisis and a recession in Germany, etc. From one side, we have people coming out from the Central Europe to Iberia, where is the far side in Europe. They want to stay in Europe, but far from the central location. And from the other hand, we have North Americans and South Americans running out from the American continent. And I would say that while 5 centuries ago, Portugal and Spain, they found America. Now it's the Americans by plane they are finding Iberia as the first place to stay in Europe. So there is demand in individuals, let's say, for housing and companies for all of the other sectors. And so there is support to invest and to have returns in all sectors. Of course, if you speak about investors that are developers, for example, then you have to deal with bureaucracy, how long it will take to have the license to build, etc. But I mean, the prices are rising. On the other hand, in companies, the investment is more rational because the tenants, companies can only pay what they can afford to do on their business plan. I mean, it's not like in a house, which is a buying very emotional. Either you like the house and you buy whatever is the price, as far as you have the money. In company, it's not an emotional lease. So prices per square meter didn't reach that top that reached on the residential. In our strategy in Square, because we deal with small investors, small money, so with 100 euros you can invest in our funds, our aim is to have the highest possible return with the lowest volatility. So not to have negative returns. We have been able in 20 years to never have a negative return. And so we have been able to invest counter-cycle. And so, for example, nowadays we are investing in offices where everybody says that offices are going to win because of remote work and etc. Americans don't invest, and so we have the opportunity to invest in assets that give higher return than in the past you have more buyers. Well, the evolving of the market, I will say that, and I will think that for the coming months and years, although that uncertainty is the trend of nowadays, and so we never know what can happen. But we had a pandemic, then we have inflation, now war in Ukraine. But I would say that the only big change in the market is that definitely interest rates are going down. And so for that, of course, it's very good for the investments, because investors that leverage, they could have more lending from the banks. But I would say that a part of that, the trend in Iberia is that, again, demand is there. Probably even we are going to have more coming individuals and companies, and so there is a lot to do in all sectors. An event like District is, in my view, it's very important because it's not only a normal fair in real estate like the others, it's not just one more, it's a fair that is different from the others, and it's different because you have, I would say, environment where is more prop techs are more here than in normal real estate, so it's more a little bit light in the sense that people are not so hands-on to have meetings, and so it's not just speaking about investment, what occurs in MIPIM, in Cannes, for example, and in La Feira in Madrid, but it's a more spread in different sectors that are coming to real estate. Technology is more coming, of course, and so it's very important to have a different with different aspects in a fair. That, for example, even Barcelona was more friendly in the Barcelona meeting point, but again, it was more and more real estate fair. This is, although the theme is real estate, but is more open to other aspects.